In this video lecture, I will explain what is string in C, how to declare a string, how to initialize, and how to read a string. So what is string in C? In C programming, a string is a sequence of characters terminated with a null character. So this is the null character. Okay. And for example, if I say this is the character array, so the data type is char and this is the array, and then we write C string enclosed in double quotes. So whenever a compiler encounters a sequence of characters enclosed in double quotation mark, it appends a null character at the end by default. So here in this example, it's a character array, and this is the string because it is enclosed in double quote. So when compiler sees any sequence of character, okay, and what it does, and that is enclosed in double quote, so it appends a null character at the end of the string by default. So here the string is C string, so C, and then there is one space and string, and at the end null character. So like this it will be stored. So how to declare a string? For declaring a string, we need to take a character array. So we know that how to declare an array. So we write data type, and then name of the array, and then we write size in this bracket. Okay, so this is how we declare an array. And to declare a string, the array should be of character type. Okay, so here the data type is char, name of the array is s, and size is 5. So in array, if size is 5, so we know that the first element subscript will be 0 and the last element subscript will be 4. So s0 is the first element, s1 is the second element, s2 is the third element, s3 is the fourth element, and s4 is the last element. Okay, next, how to initialize a string. So for initializing a string, there are multiple ways. So these are some of the ways. So here you can see this is the character array, and in this bracket we have not specified the size, and this is the string, and when we talk about string, it should be enclosed in double quotes. Okay, so here what happens, how it will be stored? A will be stored at first position, B will be, because it's a character array, B will be stored at the second position, and then C, D, and by default the compiler will append null character after the string. So this null character will be appended at the end. And here in this example we have given the size also, and then we can initialize like this also. So in curly braces, 1 by 1 character, like that we can write. So ABCD is a string, so A in single quote and then comma, then the next character of the string, and then next character. So all the characters enclosed in single quote separated by comma, and at the end null character will always be there, that will be appended by the compiler. Okay, and here we have given the size, same thing here without size, and here we have given the size. So like this, these are the different ways of initializing the string. So let's take another example. This example, you can see this is the character array, and the name of the array is C, size is 5, and the string is A, B, C, D, E. So there are 5 characters here. Okay, there are 5 characters here, but one more character is required. There are 6 characters required because one last character will be null character. So we are trying to assign 6 characters, the last character is null, to character array having 5 characters. Okay, so how to assign a value to a string? So value to a string, if it's a simple, if it's a variable, if I say I have a variable int a comma b, okay, so then directly we can write, if I write a is equal to 4, that means the value 4 is assigned to a, and b is equal to 5, so value 5 is assigned to b. So like that we can assign a value using assignment operator. So this equal to is a assignment operator. But arrays and string, they don't support the assignment operator once it is declared. So after declaring the array and string, we cannot use assignment operator. Okay, for example, if this is the character array, name is C, and then we want to assign some value to the array. Okay, and this is a character array, means some string we want to assign some. So what we are saying, C is programming, this is the string, and we have enclosed that in double quote, this is assigned to C. So that cannot be done, it will give an error because array type is not assignable. Array and string, they don't support assignment operator. So whenever we want to assign something to an array, what we should do, we should use strcpy, string copy function, to copy the string instead. Okay, so we cannot use assignment operator, but we can use string copy function to copy the string to an array. Okay, so this is the predefined function in C. And then next is how to read a string from the user. So we know that to take input from the user, any value if you want to give, means when we want user to input some value, we will be using scanf function. So here also scanf function can be used to read the sequence of character, means to input a string we can use scanf function. So what scanf function does, it reads the sequence of characters until it encounters white space. So what is white space? Spaces, new line and tab, etc. So it will read the sequence of character until it encounters any space, new line or tab. So let's take one example. Here this is the program, simple program to show how to read a string. Okay, so this is the header file. This is the first thing we write whenever we write any C program, and then main function, and this is what a variable declaration. So it's a character array and name of the array is name, and this is the size of the array. And then this is the message, so printf enter name, so this message will be printed as it is on the screen. And then we have written scanf percentile as name. Okay, so here you can see we have not written ampersand. I'll explain it later why we have not written ampersand. So in string, no need to write ampersand here. Usually when suppose if I have a variable that is of integer type and I want to take input from the user, then I write scanf percentile d and ampersand a, right? So this percentile d, it depends on the data type. So data type is in, so this specifier format specifier will be percentile d. If it was float, it will be percentile f. If it is char, it will be percentile c. So it depends on the data type, but here we write ampersand. Okay, but in case of string, this ampersand is not required. And then with this scanf, this statement, the input will be taken from the user. So user has to enter some string, and then this message is printf message, and here we are printing the value of the string. So anyway, while printing we don't write ampersand. Okay, so for example, if I have to print the value of a, so we were writing printf percentile d and a. So printf will be same, but in scanf we don't write ampersand in case of string. So now when we execute this program, so this message will be printed, enter name, and then scanf function is there. So user will give some input. So suppose user has given input Dennis Ritchie, and there is a space in between. So what will be the output? And then whatever name user is entering, the same name we are going to print using printf statement. So here only Dennis will be printed on the screen. So why? Because you can see here scanf function reads the sequence of character until it encounters white space. So after Dennis there is a space, so only Dennis will be stored. So Richie will not be printed on the screen. So same explanation is given here. When Dennis Ritchie, we user input Dennis Ritchie, so only Dennis was stored in the name string, and it's because there was a space after Dennis. So after Dennis we have given space, so only Dennis will be stored, Richie will not be printed. And also notice that we have used the code name instead of ampersand name. So this while giving the scanf function, we have not written ampersand name with scanf. So for string this ampersand is not required. Why? And see, we gave this statement. So why? Because name is a character array, and array name decay to a pointers in C, and name in scanf already points to the address of the first element in the string, so which is why we don't use ampersand. Okay, so always remember, when we have to read an input the string from the user, then in scanf we don't write ampersand. Okay, And these are some commonly used string function. So strlen, this is to calculate the length of the string, and this function strcpy is to copy a string to another string. And then strcmp, string comparison, it compares any two string. And strcat, string concatenation, it concatenates two strings. So all these are predefined function in C. So using these function we can perform the following operations. And when we are using these function, we have to use header file string.h. Okay, so hope you have understood the concept of string. Thank you.